Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Preeti. So before starting this video, I just wanted to know, have you ever tried it like something in Power Apps drop-down menu? Like suppose you want to show a specific value by default and that is pulled straight from your SharePoint list. So it can be a bit tricky. If you don't know, then this video is for you. So in this video tutorial, I am going to tell you how you can set your Power Apps drop-down default value from a SharePoint list. So let's start. So let me first explain what is the exact requirement. Here you can see I am using two SharePoint lists. One is department and another one is employees. So here you can see in the departments list there is a department name and another one is a department code, which is single line of text, and this is also a title column. I just renamed it to department name. In another list you can see here it contains all the employee information like employee name, email and department. Employee name is also a title column. I just renamed it to employee name, and here it represents the employee email. This is a single line of text. You can see if I will edit it, you can see single line of text. And this department is a lookup column. That means I have looked up that column from this SharePoint list, and this is the title column I looked up over in this list. Okay, so here if I will edit it, you can see department and the type I have chosen lookup, and this is from the departments list, you can see, and the column is title column as I renamed it in the previous list. Okay, so here what exactly I wanted to do. So here this list contains lot of information of like various users like Patty, Lydia, so multiple users, multiple employee names. Okay, and their department I am just entering manually like human resources, IT. Is here you can see there are 4 department I have added here: IT, human resources, finance and marketing. So all those things, suppose I will add another one like Henrietta, and I will just add Henrietta @szg52.onmicrosoft.com. So this email ID should take the proper email ID from your organization. Okay, and the here department, whenever I'm choosing, you can see all the lookup values are coming from that department list. So I will choose here from marketing. Okay, and then I will exit this view. This data has been saved over here. Now what exactly I want in Power Apps? So here you can see in Power Apps I have done a demo. Like suppose, so I have taken this Petty account. Okay, I have logged in user, that this current logged in user is Petty, as you can see over here, Petty app @szg52.onmicrosoft.com. So here also this Power Apps I have logged in user with this credential, this Petty credential only. So as you can see here, Petty has this department, human resources department. So here whenever user will, this particular user, currently logged in user, will open this app, that time this department always it will show the human resources, like it is currently like it is coming from directly this employee list. So this employee name has this department. Suppose for this Lydia account, whenever this Lydia account will open the app, that time it has the IT department. That means whenever she will logged in with this credential, this department should show IT. Okay, so how we will achieve it, we will see step by step. Now I will start it from very beginning so that you will understand better. Okay, so first of all I will create a new app and I will create from blank. Okay, so not only from the blank canvas app, suppose you have already the Power Apps form and you have the department column from the SharePoint list, then you can apply the same code over there also, but I will show you here exactly how I'm doing so that you will understand properly. So from the start, like blank canvas app, I will choose tablet size. So here it will come with the app will open with the tablet layout. Okay, so before starting it, I will take your 1 minute so that I will tell you like what we are doing here. So here you can see spguides.com /services. So we are in our organization providing some Microsoft services like SharePoint, Power Platform, Power Apps, Power Automate, Copilot Agent, Power BI, all these things. So like we are providing services. So if you have any kind of requirement related to any Power Platform or SharePoint, then you can directly reach out to us. So here this services link I will provide in the description box below. So let's jump to our application. So here you can see our app is open. You just click on skip, and then first of all you just save this application. You can just provide any name like set drop down default value, okay, and save. So once it has been saved, I will like here I have taken modern control. Okay, so for that reason I need to enable the modern control theme inside the app. So how you will do that? Just click on these three dots and click on these settings, and then click on updates, and then here you can see modern controls and themes. You just need to make it on. Okay, and then click on this close. So once you have done, it is all set, and now you can add a drop down control. So drop down control, this is the classic one. I will take a modern control, modern drop down. So I will just click on that modern drop down control. Before that, I need to add this SharePoint data to my app. Okay, so for that one you can see here in the left navigation data tab and add data, and then here you like can enter SharePoint, search for SharePoint, it will come SharePoint, and then you need to add a connection. If you don't have, like if you are using first time, then you need to provide the Microsoft 365 credential and it will take. And then here you need to choose the SharePoint site where your list has present. I have chosen this one. So one is my employee list and another one is my departments list. So I have chosen both, and then I will click on connect. So once I will click on connect, you can see in the left navigation, both our SharePoint list has been connected to this app. Now, so first of all, what we need to do is I have already added the drop down control. I will just rename. So for the naming convention, I will add DD underscore department. Okay, so naming convention is very important so that it will look organized way. Okay, so now the next step, what I need to do, here you can see item 1, item 2, item 3. But here instead of item 1, item 2, item 3 or sample item, I just want to add all the department from this list. Okay, this is the main list and this is the department list. So all the departments should come from this list. So for that reason, in the item property, so here I will just write choices function we will use, and then we will write employees dot department. Like here you can see we have taken the department column. So here also we need to put department. So once you will click on it, you can see all the values are displaying over here. Okay, and once you will preview it, here also it is coming. If it is not coming, then no need to worry. What you need to do, here select the drop down control and click on edit. Okay, and once you will click on edit, you can see add field option. Just click on it. Here both the things are coming. So you need to add the value so that the values will come. If you will take ID, then it will come 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, but we don't want that one. We need the values. So I will click on this and click on add. That's it. Then if you will see here, finance, human resources, then IT, then marketing, whatever you will choose, it will come. Okay, but the thing is, we want the default value. We want to set the default value. Just publish it for one time. So I have published. So here is I have logged in with this petty account. Here you can see this petty account. So it should show me the human resources. So here you can see human resources department have this party account. So for that one, what we'll do, you need to go to the default selected items property. Okay, so here you need to use the lookup function. So you need to look up, write the lookup function, and then you need to add the employees. Okay, employees our list, and then comma, there is a field email. Okay, we need to compare first the email from the SharePoint list equal to the current logged in user email. Okay, and then here we need to take the user function dot email. Okay, but before that, let me tell you, here sometimes what we are doing in the employee list, we are putting P small, F small, but if you see here, there is P capital and F capital. Okay, so here we need to add one function called lower function. Okay, which converts the string into lowercase. Okay, so here I will add lower function, lower email. So both the, like from here and here, both the we need to compare, and we need to put the lower function, lower user dot email. I will just remove it, and then what we need to do, comma, then department, we need to choose the department. Okay, that's it. Okay, so here you can see, now if we preview it, it is coming. Okay, but here if we'll hover over it, you can see a delegation warning. That means the lower part of this formula might not work correctly on large data sets. So if your dataset has more than 2000 items, then it won't work. So for that reason, what you need to do, to avoid this type of delegation warning, go to the app onset property and then create a collection. So I will just create a collection, clear collect, and then call, I will just employees, call employees, and then I will take the employees list. So what we are doing, we are creating a temporary collection or temporary database that is called call employees, and all the data, like from all the data is retrieving from the SharePoint employees SharePoint list and storing over here. And then what you need to do, just click on run on start. So now if you hover over it, you can see all the data, whatever it is there inside the SharePoint like employees list. Also you can see the collection over here. Once you will click on these variables, you can expand this one, and here view table. Okay, so this is all about the collection. So we created the collection. Now what we need to do, select the drop down control, and then here just write call employees, then done. Okay, now you cannot, you are not seeing any delegation warning issue. And now here you can see the human resources, is the petty account has the human resource department, that's why this drop down control is also showing the human resources. This way we can set the drop down, like modern drop down default value from a SharePoint list. So you can visit this blog post for more details about this article, like how we can set the drop down default value from a SharePoint list. Here you will get lot of idea like how we can do that, and I have written a full complete article in this site. So I will provide this link in the description box below. You can visit this one. If you really like this video, kindly like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this. Thank you and have a nice day.